Swimming has been recorded since prehistoric times. The first recording dates back from around 7,000 years ago. Competitive swimming in Europe started around 1800, mostly using breaststroke. In 1538, Nicholas Wimmen wrote the first swimming book. The book contained a good methodical approach to learning breaststroke. 1847, Nancy Entberg was the first woman who swam. 1904 Summer Olympics in St. Louis were the first Olympics featuring a separate breaststroke competition.
Let's take a look at the 4 official strokes.
Breaststroke is the slowest of the 4 official strokes, but it is by far the most difficult to do correctly. In breaststroke, the swimmer leans on the chest, the arms breaking the surface of the water slightly. The legs are always underwater and the head underwater for the second half of the stroke. The kick is sometimes referred to as a frog kick because of the resemblance to the movement of a frog's hind leg. There are 3 steps to the arms movement: outswap, inswap and recovery. The movement starts with the outswap. From the initial position, the hands sink a little bit down and the palms face inward. The hands rotate outward and move apart. During the outswap, the arms stay almost straight and parallel to the surface. The outswap is followed by the inswap, where the hands point and push the water backwards. The elbows stay in the horizontal plane through the shoulders. The hands push back until approximately the vertical plane through the shoulders. At the end of the inswap, the hands come together with facing palms in front of the chest and the elbows are at the side of the body. In the recovery phase, the hands are moved forward again into the initial position underwater. The entire arm stroke starts slowly, increases speed in the inswap phase, and slows down again during recovery. The leg movement is known as the frog kick. It consists of 2 phases, bringing the feet into position for the thrust phase and insweep phase. From the initial position, the feet are moved together towards the posterior. While the knees stay together, then the feet point outward. In the thrust phase, the legs are moved elliptically back to the initial position. During this movement, the knees are kept together. The easiest way to breathe is to let the head follow the spine. Crawl was the second stroke and invented by Native Americans. The first position for front crawl or freestyle is the streamline position. The arm movement alternates from side to side. While one arm is pulling or pushing, the other arm is recovering. From the initial position, the arm sinks slightly lower and the palm of the hand turns 45 degrees. The pull movement follows a semicircle, with the elbow higher than the hand, and the hand pointing towards the body center and downward. The push pushes the palm backward through the water underneath the body at the beginning, and at the side of the body at the end of the push. This is known as the S-curve. The recovery moves the elbow in a semicircle in a vertical plane in the swim direction. The lower arm and the hand are completely relaxed and hang down, from the elbow close to the water surface and close to the swimmer's body. In the middle of the recovery, one shoulder is forward into the air, the other one is down in the water. At the beginning of the pull, the hand moved slower than the swimmer, while at the end moved faster than the swimmer. The legs move alternately, with one leg kicking downward while the other leg moves upward. The leg in the initial position bends very slightly at the knees. Then kick the lower leg and the foot downward, similar to kicking a football. After the kick, the straight leg moves back up. Ideally, there are 6 kicks per cycle. The body rotates about its long axis with every arm stroke, so that the shoulder of the recovering arm is higher than the shoulder of the pulling arm. Breaths are taken through the mouth by turning the head to the side of the recovery arm. Front crawl is regarded as the fastest of the 4 strokes. Backstroke is the only regulated style swum on the back. It's the advantage of easy breathing, but the disadvantage of swimmer not being able to see where they are going. It is also the only competition swimming style that starts in the water. In backstroke, the arms contribute most of the forward movement. The arm stroke consists of the power phase and recovery. The arms alternate so that always one arm is underwater while the other arm is recovering. One complete arm turn is considered one cycle. From the initial position, one arm sinks slightly under the water and turns the palm outwards to start the catch phase and catching the water. During the power phase, the hand follows a semicircular from the catch to the side of the hip. The palm is always facing away from the swimming direction, while remaining straight as an extension of the arm, and the elbow always points downward to the bottom of the pool. At the height of the shoulder, the upper and lower arms should have the maximum angle about 90 degrees. This is called the mid-pull of the power phase. The mid-pull phase consists of pushing the palm of the hand as far down as possible with the fingers pointing upward. To prepare for the recovery phase, the hand is rotated so that the palms point downwards, the legs and the thumb side points upwards. At the beginning of the recovery phase of the one arm, the other arm begins its power phase. The recovering arm is moved in a semicircle straight over the shoulders to the front. During this recovering, the palm rotates so that the pinky finger enters the water first, allowing for the least amount of resistance. After a short gliding phase, the cycle repeats. The leg movement in backstroke is similar to the flutter kick in front crawl. They make a small contribution to the forward speed, yet are very significant for stabilizing the body. Due to the asynchronous movement of the arms, there is a roll of the body around its own axis. Butterfly is a swimming stroke swum on the breast. The butterfly is a more difficult stroke that requires good technique to be feasible. It is the nearest swimming style swum in competition. The peak speed of butterfly is faster than of the front crawl, but overall it's slightly slower than the front crawl. The butterfly technique with the dolphin kick consists of synchronous arm movement with a synchronous leg kick. The wave-like body movement is also very significant, as this is the key to easy synchronous overwater recovery and breathing. From the initial position, the hands sink a little bit down, with the palms facing outwards and slightly down at shoulder width. Then the hand moves out to create a Y. This is called catching the water. The pull movement follows a semicircle with the elbow higher than the hand and the hand pointing towards the center of the body and downward. The arms should be pushed straight back after the Y is formed. The push pushes the palm backward through the water underneath the body at the beginning, and at the side of the body at the end of the push. The movement increases speed throughout the push phase until the hand is the fastest at the end of the push. This step is called the release and is crucial for the recovery. The speed at the end of the push is used to help with the recovery. The recovery swings the arms sideways across the water surface to the front, with the elbow straight. The arms should be swung forward from the end of the underwater movement. The extension of the triceps in combination with the butterfly kick will allow the arm to be brought or forwards relaxed yet quickly. The only way of lifting the arms and the shoulders out of the water is by dropping one's hip. It is important not to enter the water too early because it would generate extra resistance and the arms move forward in the water against the swimming direction. By the leg movement are the legs synchronized with each other, and it uses a wholly different set of muscles. The shoulders are brought above the surface by a strong up and medium, and back the surface by a strong down and medium up kick. The feet are naturally pointing downwards, giving downwards thrust. And the butterfly is only a short window for breathing. As the hands and forearms move underneath the chest, the body will naturally rise toward the surface of the water. If the head stays out too long, the recovery is hindered. The body moves in a wave-like fashion, controlled by the core, and as the chest is pressed down, the hips go up and the posterior break the water surface and transfers into a flat kick.
Breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, and butterfly are the 4 strokes used in the competition. Swimming is worldwide, and it is the second most popular exercise activity in the United States. In 1908, the Federación Internacional de Natación Amateur, called FINA, was formed. It was the first swimming association, and it is still the main association in the swim sport. In 1922, Johnny Weissmuller became the first person who swam 100-meter freestyle under a minute. Marxkors, an American swimmer, won in 1972 Summer Olympics with 2 gold medals, and he broke the world records in each 7 events. His records lasted 36 years until the Summer Olympics of 2008 in Beijing, where Michael Phelps won 8 gold medals with 7 new world records. In the Athens Olympics of 2004, he won 6 gold and 2 bronze medals. He became the most successful athlete at both of these Olympic Games, with a total of 16 Olympic medals. Michael Phelps is still competing and a successful swimmer. The history of swimming has been a documented and varied one. From breaststroke to butterfly, swimming has and continues to be an exciting and ever-evolving sport.